Good afternoon, my all. Hope you all are doing well. So, if you watched a previous video of my interior tour of my new Volvo, now we're going to do the exterior of it. And I wanted to start showing y'all the deer damage I mentioned in the previous video. And, Bambi got me good. Well, I got her even better, but right. But yeah, all that's going to need replaced. That's going to need replaced. Broke off a little chrome bit there. So yeah, all that's going to need replaced. And then whatever bracketry and other parts they got to replace under there. And then going to need some body work here. So yeah, you can still see her hair. Man, oh, that really pisses me off. I feel sorry for the deer. I hate hitting animals, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, like, I'm not gonna, kill myself, so it's kind of a, do or die kind of situation. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's part of what we do. And it doesn't look like a lot of damage, but it's quite significant. With parts, labor, body work, I wouldn't be surprised if that's $8,000 at least in damage. Maybe less, maybe more, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $8,000 or more. So there she is, my 2026 Volvo VNL 860 with Stan Cook & Sons trucking. There is my buddy's truck. That's a 2024. That's the previous generation VNL. So you can see the difference. But I really like it. I really do. It's I think it's ugly, but I think it's extremely sexy at the same time. You know what I mean? I really do. I really like it. If I was going to buy a modern aerodynamic truck, I would 95% buy one of these. I really like it. It's a really nice truck. And as you see, Koch spec'd our new VNLs with the ultimate trim package. So we have all the chrome bits, the chrome trim inside and out. If you watch the interior video you've seen. So yeah, here we go. Show you around here. We'll start with a side box. Well, another interior shot for you. No more pull cable. Now it's a boop. And as you see, the door swings out now instead of lifting it up. So here's the driver's side storage box, side box, whatever you want to call it. The tow hooks right here. Got an LED light, and there's your HVAC tubing. And then this is the cover for all the inverter bits and other stuff. And there's the inverter right there. And then friends say I have OCD. Like, some things I would say I am OCD on, but in general, I just like things neat and organized and clean, especially in a truck. I don't like a mess. But if you want to get an idea of what you can fit in there, there's the dimensions of my tote. You could almost stack two of these, but you can't because you got this tubing here, which is the support for the seating for the bunk. So yeah, nice little fabric here. Really nice. And then we have cap power hook, or plug in. La la la. Right. And then the new side skirts for 2026, which, if you are not familiar with 25 Volvos, I'll show you. So this truck next to me is my buddy's truck, so he ain't gonna mind if I fool with it a little bit. So you have these twist locks. I'm not gonna fool with it, because like I said, it's not my truck, but they're a real pain in the ass. And if you're familiar, you know what I'm talking about. So I'll show you the new 26, the difference. See this handle? Boom, done. And then the rear skirt, got your little handle here. And then here. And voila, that's simple. And then go juice tank or diesel. And then Cali juice or def. Battery box, air tank, all the battery saver and shut off. Battery saver switch over here. And then the main battery power shut off is under there. You see it there, that red switch and that red line. That's your main battery power shut off. One thing I don't like is this. You shouldn't have to fool with all this to get to the battery shut off. You know, they should have made this a flip top, you know, have some kind of a flip top, or, you know, something simpler instead of this, you know. And I don't want to break that. I really would like to cut it off, but not my truck, so, but, you know. So there you go. And then the diesel tank is 100-gallon US, which in liters, I believe that's 350, 360, 370, somewhere in there. So, and how easy is, oh, there's my water bottle I lost earlier. Gotcha. And then, boom, done. Boom, done. That's simple. Love it. And then your Cali juice fill. And then your go juice fill. And these are a lot nicer and more sturdier than the 25. Just like everything else, if you take care of them, they will last. And then Michelin X-Line D Plus Energy Tars, 22.5. And then Alcoa, what are they? High polish. Yes, they're not the dirt brights, they're the high polish. Which I'd prefer dirt brights, but if they're going to penny pinch, I'd rather them penny pinch there than some other bits. And then there's the back. We have the 2 center porch lights, and then we have the 2 end porch lights, and all 4 are LEDs. And when I'm coming in and out at night, I can light up those apartments in my pickup. Yeah, they're pretty high powered. I wish we'd had some on the bat wing or the skirt here. You know, when people come up behind you and they got their brights on, you can poof, you know, high beam their ass, you know, payback's a bitch. And then got step. And we have a Merit in-frame toolbox. And there you go. I got my coolant, I got my air hose, and I got a that's our lock for our dedicated account. So gives you an idea what you can fit in here. You can fit a lot of shit in here. And then if you're looking for an in-frame box, there's the details for you. You know, pause the video and screenshot that if you want. Yeah. Koch usually only specs trucks with these for our boat division and our flatbed and heavy haul guys and gals. But since we no longer have an APU, that money they saved from that, they're giving all of us the toolbox or in-frame box, which I think is awesome because I don't have to have all that shit in here. I can have that, so, right? I love my storage. Love it, love it, love it. So, and then air lines for the air slide fifth wheel, and then air release jaws for the fifth wheel. Tire temperature sensor, yes. And then you look down there, you see that line there, that's for the tire pressure monitoring system. So yeah, we know our tire pressures and our tire temperatures. It's pretty cool. And then your basic American S end here are simple 2 lights and then a reverse light. One thing I wish OEMs would bring here to the States is an actual light bar, you know, instead of that crap. But, you know, whatever. But yeah, overall, man, I'm really liking her. I'm really liking her. Nice side view. You kind of see the shape there. Man, it reminds me of the Challenger space shuttle. I mean, it kind of looks like that. And the driver's side here, same thing. That handle, awesome. And then here, okay, that should have been locked in, but it wasn't. Another 100-gallon diesel tank, go juice. And then all your diesel particulate filter stuff there. Looks like a jet engine, don't it? Which damn near is, because it's got to have all that. It's got to build up that high temperature to burn all that soot and shit. But it's a lot neater and cleaner and organized than I see on other manufacturers. So there's that. And then your lane departure and you know, traffic and all that sensor stuff, which is pretty good because this on the new 26, that sensor is pretty strong because it reaches the entire length of your trailer. Like basically, as soon as they get to your DOT bar, you get that little warning light up here on your column there. And here's her good side. But look how big that girl is, man. It's massive. And if you see here, if you can see it, we got 2 radiator fans built into the radiator of the motor. And that's where the HVAC and heating system, you know, the battery powered version system, whatever. And that being said, if you may have seen or heard on the new 2026 Volvos, they have brought the 24 volt system over here like they use in Europe, which so far I'm liking. It's pretty awesome. Like, I've had AC on, I've had heat on, and she doesn't start that much. Like the 24 volt system, it lasts a while. So open the hood, same way. All right there. And the hood is very simple to open. Got your handle here, one-handed. And with that damage, hopefully I'll be able to get it down, which we will find out, won't we? Should be all right. And there's that big Swedish Viking motor. Yeah, the Volvo D13. TC, I believe, turbo compound, which basically means it's got 2 superchargers instead of 1, you know, creating more boost and all that, blah blah blah. I'm not mechanically stupid, but I'm not mechanically smart either, so I don't know enough about it to explain it, but that's the short version of it. As you see there on the nameplate, 455 horsepower, 12.8 liter. Yeah, look at all that space, man. Like, this motor's got a lot of breathing room. A lot of breathing room. Look at that. One thing I've always been impressed about with Volvos is how neat, clean, and organized their motors are. And all the wiring, all the air hoses, everything is just very nice and clean. And then there, you see 24 volt. 24 volt. That's your power steering. And then this, I don't know what it's technically called, but this truck has steering assist. So when you're driving, and if you go outside your lane, it'll automatically bring you back in. Or if you hit a big pothole and you don't catch it quick enough to counter steer, it'll counter steer for you. It'll also assist with you in steering out of situations. It's an amazing thing. It's hard to get used to. I do like it, but I'm still getting used to it. And then when you're in reverse, the steering becomes extremely loose. Like, I mean, you know, you can maneuver with a pinky. That's how loose it is. My problem with it is I like how loose it is because it's very easy to maneuver, but my issue is I don't know where the hell my wheel is, right? Because when you have a standard power steering, you know, you kind of know where your wheel is. But with this and that, how light it is, you know, I think my wheel is like this, but it's actually only like this, you know what I mean? Or vice versa. Like, I can't, you know, it's hard to figure out where your wheel is with how sensitive it is, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. And then there's those two radiators. And there's my neighbor's truck. I don't know this driver, so I'm not going to fool with his truck. Then here's your passenger side. You got that big ass water separator. That thing's almost a freaking bathtub, ain't it? Good grief. Good old Davco. And put that down while I'm thinking about it. But again, look at all that space. Look at all the space in here. Look how roomy it is. I mean, like I said, I'm not a mechanic, but I mean, you can access pretty much everything and anything you need to get to, you know, for the most part. Here's your turbo. You got your heat shield and all them other bits, but look back there, man. Look at all that space. Look at that. Look at all that room it has. That's a lot of breathing room. And then under here, which if you watch the interior video, you see what I'm talking about, how massive that dash is. That is the dash, my all. That is the dash right here. And I'll show you. Basically, the dash starts about here. And you see Wolfie right there. And the dash goes all the way out to here. See if I can show you a better view on the driver's side. But yeah, you can kind of see, you know. So yeah, that dash starts clear up here and goes all the way to about there. You know, that dash is massive. So, and then the hood is just as easy to put down as it is to put up, unless you got deer damage, which we are. Oh, I can hear the crunching. So yeah. Yeah, there you go, Mile. There she is. There's my 2026 Volvo VNL 860 with Stan Cook & Sons. So if you have any questions, comments, feel free to ask. Leave below. Especially my fellow European and UK drivers. If you have any questions about American trucking, trucks, you know, our hours of service, how we do things, feel free to ask. I mean, I would love to talk to y'all. So, yeah, leave a comment and I'll talk at y'all later. Bye.